I've been getting a lot of questions recently about teacher rating, how I got into it, and all the other jobs I do. So I'm going to talk about it while I get ready. To preface, I never finished high school. I left in grade 11, but I didn't actually even finish grade 11. So my last completed year of high school is year 10. So you definitely do not need your high school education to pursue further, if that makes sense. My whole life wanted to be a teacher, but when I left school, I kind of had a bit of a I don't know what I want to do moment and decided to go do teacher rating because it was an easier course than a proper degree when I hadn't done any proper high schooling, sort of, if that makes sense. So I decided to go to teacher rating because it would be the closest thing to a teaching degree. I did very quickly realise, being in the classroom, that I do want to be a teacher, however, still. So I do plan to go to university next year for primary teaching to pursue that. Because I didn't finish high school, luckily for me, I did my cert in teacher rating because that is now my ticket into my degree. It counts as my ATAR, which is really handy that I thankfully decided to go down the path of teacher rating. Alright, let's get into how I actually did the course. So there's two options that I know of in Queensland, because I'm in Queensland and I didn't obviously research any other states, but you can either go through ITAC, which is the Institute of Teacher Rating, which may be worldwide, possibly, but I only looked for Queensland, and then TAFE Queensland. Now, these are each, I think, roughly $3,000 to $5,000, depending on if you do a Cert 3 or a Cert 4. You only need the 3 to be qualified, but I chose to do the 4 because I wanted to have that upper hand over anyone else that only has the 3. And it actually has come in handy for me because it gives me a higher ATAR. The only real difference between the 3 and the 4 is the 4 has the units for disability and behaviour and stuff like that, so you just get that extra delve into the deeper stuff. From what I've heard over the years, it's actually easier to go through ITAC. The assignments seem much better set out, if that makes sense. But I decided to go through TAFE because it was fee-free and it still is. So when I was looking originally, I had to pay for it, and then when I went to apply, it came under the fee-free sector for TAFE degrees, and it still is under fee-free. So my TAFE course has cost me nothing. I started it in April last year and I've just finished it. It takes roughly 18 to 24 months. I did fast track it towards the end and kind of doubled up in units, which was a bit full on, but I just wanted to have my qualification before the end of the year. So I just kind of stuck it out and did a little bit of the hard yards while having lots of units overlapping and assignments to for two different things at the same time, but it was fun. Studying is all online. You can choose to go into campus. I think it's an option, but that just doesn't work for me. So I do it all online, and then you also have to do 100 hours of placement, which is so easy. I think I did 300, just because I loved it so much, and I was going every week, whereas you only have to go once every 6 or once every 4 weeks to make the 100 hours in the 18 to 24 months. You can just contact any school yourself, or they can give you recommendations on a school. Kind of just depends what you prefer. To be honest, it was a little bit of a pain the way they set it out, but I just kind of got used to it and made it work because it was free over paying $5,000 for the same qualification. But it definitely is a little bit more of a pain in the bum going through TAFE over ITAC from what I have heard. I can't remember how many units are in total, but each unit or cluster, it's usually 1 exam and 2 assignments. They're all spaced out, and then you get someone that comes in from TAFE Queensland to assess you in person twice over the whole thing. I think that's it. I think I've literally answered everything. It's honestly not that complicated. It's a pretty easy course. I just don't really like studying, but does anyone? I'm also going to answer on this, what are the different jobs I do. So I do teacher rating. I work at a before and after school care. I also do support work. And then I also work at rodeos for Copper Country, selling clothes. So they're all my 4 jobs. I love them so much. I love to keep busy. I literally don't know how to do one job. It's impossible. Anyway, that's all. I think I've answered everything. I can't really think of anything else I'm missing, but if you have any other questions, let me know and I'll be happy to answer them. But otherwise, goodbye.